What's up,
New York? You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach. We are here in gorgeous sunny
Mine is
Queensland.
Kylie Pax, and Kylie
I am so excited to be here in Dallas. You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating
is
coach.
Kylie Pax, Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach. Australia's emotional eating coach. Kylie Pax, Kylie Pax, Kylie Pax.
What is going on? You are here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach. You know the drill. Oh my God, do I know the drill? Australia's emotional eating coach, and I am here to empower you to take control of your relationship with food, create a body and a life that is sexier than a hot fudge sundae, because you get to do it all on your terms. On your terms. I did just want to ask you though, because this is a thought that's really occurred to me over the last week. And I thought, think back to where you were this time last year. What has really changed? Like, has anything really changed? Really? Because I just thought, for me previously, this is what I used to do. I would start my new year January 1st, like thinking, woo, pixies are going to twinkle all over, like stars are going to twinkle and pixies are going to dance, right? Around my January 1st. I will never crave junk food again. It's going to be amazing. Because prior to that, you would stuff your face, like all the way up until Jan 1st. And then Jan 1st hits, and you find, much to your dismay, that you have a certain level of motivation because it's January 1st. But the problem is there's all the leftover junk food and stuff from Christmas and the New Year's celebrations and all that kind of thing. And you're almost like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like last night, you promised yourself. You were so into it. It was like, I don't care about those leftovers. I'm not touching them. I got willpower of steel. And like next day, you'd be like seeing everybody else eating the food and you're all like, But me, what about me? I feel like I really need my glasses. So I'm kind of like, my vision is a little fuzzy, but I'm acting like I can see you all clearly, but I totally can't. Then you end up eating all the junk food again, because you just do. Then you gain weight. And what I would do is spend the entire year, and I did this for like so many years of my life, spent the entire year losing the weight that I had put on and then gaining it back, and then losing the weight that I had put on and then gaining it back. And I would easily do that 3 times over the course of the year, like lose 15 kilos sort of thing, or 10 or 5, whatever, however things were fluctuating, gain it back. Like, I've reached my goal, eat, gain it back, whatever was going on. And this would happen year after year after year until I just saw nothing changes. It's January 1st again, and I'm exactly where I was last year, if not a little heavier, because I just spent the entire last year losing and gaining the same amount of weight over and over again. And I just thought, how many of us can say the same sort of thing for our own lives, whether it be with weight or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, any new habits you're trying to set up. You would spend like a few weeks or months, maybe even if you're very diligent, establishing these habits into your life. And then we go, great, I've arrived, I've got it now. And we drop the habits. And then we wonder why the things that we didn't, the old things that we were trying to get rid of, have come back. And it's just really like, can really befuddle us. But the point is, we're just like rats running on treadmills, like round and round and round. And I just thought, this has to stop. Like, it just has to stop. Okay, here's what I want to talk to you about when it comes to making a long-term transformation, because I speak about this often. The diet industry, I'm not into slamming people. Like, I just sort of can't be bothered putting my energy in that direction. So I'm not going to be like, diets are like whatever. I don't care, right? As I often say, like, if you want to diet, go on a diet, do your thing, right? Do your thing, girl, go for it. Diets will help you lose weight. Of course they will, right? Otherwise they would just stop being around. Diets will help you lose weight, but they're not designed to help you lose weight long term. Like, you won't go on a crash diet and for the rest of your life forevermore be eternally skinny. Like, that's just not a thing. So this is what I was sort of saying, that like, you can go on a crash diet 2 weeks before your holiday in Bali, but understand when you come back, all that weight will come back with you. Like, of course, because crash diets suck, because they're uncomfortable and they're painful and they're hideous. Hello? Who wants to deprive yourself of all the yummy foods, right? So then by the time you get to your fabulous Balinese holiday, you're like, before you even get there, you're on the plane with the peanuts. Give me the peanuts. The crappy food that you don't even care about. You're like, the free food, oh, let me eat, because you've been starving for so long, starving, right? So this is how we roll. And then you're going to come back, and of course, you know, all the weight's going to come back with you. Diets, of course, that will help you achieve weight loss, but don't expect it to stay off. Like, don't expect this time next year to still be at that weight. I personally, the last crash diet that I did, like, I don't even think it could be described as a crash diet. It was brutal. That was like a car accident where, you know, people end up where there are casualties, right? I ended up keeping the weight off because I stopped. That one I didn't. This is the highlight of my dieting career. I didn't eat for 40 days. Right. So I'm going to put a disclaimer on this live stream. Like, it's like one of those moments that children, don't try this at home. Don't try this at home. I stopped eating for 40 days because I thought, I'm done with this. Like, I'm just done with it, right? I want this weight off my body. I'm tired of feeling out of control around food. Food is clearly my enemy. So I'm just not going to consume it. And I didn't for 40 days. I did it under the guise of going on a juice cleanse. I just thought, I'm going to go on a cleanse, and my body, and I seriously thought, I thought my body was going to heal itself of every ailment that it ever had and stay disease-free from every ailment that could ever be. And I was going to be so healthy, I would glow. And you would see me come down the street because I would have like a halo of health and wellness. And angel wings would sprout out my back, and I would be so amazing. And people would just stare at me in awe and go, wow, she's so healthy. Which is BS, right? That's not a thing. So you can look really healthy, but, you know, you're still going to suffer I really thought I would never have to endure any kind of pain again for the rest of my life. Well, no, because it turns out that after that crash diet was when my marriage fell apart, which was pretty freaking painful, like, to be honest, you know, it really was. So I lost 10 kilos on that diet. 40 days with no food. And of course, you know, if any of you that just sort of know me, I am very pedantic about the way I do things, and everything has to sort of be very systematic. And I chose 40 days because I thought that's how long Jesus was in the desert, for 40 days. So it's like a holy number. So I'm for sure to succeed this time, for sure, because it's 40 days. Like, I had this nexus, like direct line to heaven, right? Because I'd chosen 40 days. And so this was how it's going to roll. So I did not eat for 40 days. I drank only raw juices, no fruit juices, too high in sugar. Woo, fructose, woo, the devil, right? No, fruit juice, no fruit juice, only vegetable juices for 40 days, right? It sucked. I did lose weight. Now, I will just put my second disclaimer for the live stream there, because I had no intention of talking about any of this. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about when I got on, to be honest. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. My second disclaimer is that I didn't just randomly do it like a total moron. Although it was a moronic thing to do, I did see my GP. I did see my doctor, and she monitored me throughout. So it's really no justification. But, you know, I did do that. So what happened was I did lose a ton of weight, and I ended up looking like a stick like this, right? Wasn't even attractive. It wasn't like, ooh, she's lost weight. It was like, she's sick. Like, well, actually, are you okay? Like, are you going through some kind of treatment? Like, what's wrong with you? That's how I looked. Didn't look good. Did not look good. However, this is where my point was going. I kept that weight off from that brutal diet. I kept that weight off for a year and a half. You know what it took to keep that weight off? I became so scared of food, so terrified of food, that I couldn't cope. Like, I couldn't cope with eating anything because I just thought I was going to get fat. And as I did start to gain the weight back, because hello, you do, I was just traumatized. It traumatized me because I just thought, I can't go through this again. I can't. Meanwhile, here I am, all the weight's gained back, and I'm alive. Everything's fine. It's not a drama. We make, as human beings, just as a matter of human natural instinct, we make 95%. I just want to pause for emphasis here because this is big. We make 95% of our decisions are made by our emotions, by how we feel. Can we just like breathe through that one? 95% of our decisions are made from this place, like this place. I don't know, I don't feel like it. No, I'm tired. I don't want the salad. I want the pizza. Like, I don't like them, or I don't know what that's about. I don't want it right here, my whiny voice, because it's me. That's me. 95% of it, I don't want to get up. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to. 95% of our decisions are made by how we feel. And then all I want to say about that is it any wonder that you then look back at where you were this time in your life, this time where you were in your life this time last year, and then you look at where you are this year and you find there's virtually no difference, if there is virtually no difference, and you're like, damn, you know, that's a whole year gone. And now we're feeling a bit desperate, like I'm going to make my promises again of how I'm going to do and be and make everything happen this year. But you don't, because you're still carrying out the same patterns and doing the same things. And yes, being the same person that you were, we want you to be the same person. I don't want you to change, but I am saying be aware of your own games that you play with yourself, right? We play games. And I was sort of saying this to somebody the other day, and I can't remember who, that I swear we could all be like the most monumental solicitors and attorneys on the earth, because we are our own best negotiators, you know. But you ate pizza 2 nights already this week. Yeah, well, you know, I didn't go shopping and I haven't had time to do any cooking, and so you whatever, like just give me the speed dial, get Domino's, right? Just get it. It's only one more time. I'll start again tomorrow. And we've got all the excuses and all the reasons. We are our own best negotiator when we want to do the things that we want to do. When the little part of our brain pops up that just goes, hello, how about the things that you say you want? How about the things that are actually going to make you happy and help you progress and move forward in life? How about the things that are actually going to end the battle with your body and food, not keep it running? And we're like, later for you. Right? There's always an excuse. There's always a reason. So I want to say to you, if 95% of our decisions are made from that place and we end up with the later for you, then when I say that to you, I don't just say it for random information that you can sound smart at your next dinner party. I say it because it gives you a whole heck of a lot of power. When you realize that 95% of the time you are just spinning yourself BS stories to get, you know, whatever it is the 2-year-old version of you wants, then it's like, are you for real? It's time. Sometimes we have to step up and be our own parent, and it's very boring. Like, it's so boring. Who wants to tell themselves to go to bed at a decent hour at night? Nobody. A 2-year-old doesn't want to hear about it. A 10-year-old doesn't want to hear about it. A 40-year-old doesn't want to hear about it. We never want to hear about it, right? We don't. But sometimes we just have to do that, you know. Nobody tells us when you turn 18 or 21 or whatever it is that now it's your responsibility to be your own parent. We just think that we should magically feel like doing the right thing all the time, and that when we don't, we're a failure. So I just want to tell you, you know, you're not. We are instinctually designed for pleasure, which is good. This is why we're all still here, reproducing. Because we are instinctually designed for pleasure, and we're not designed for pain. So if you have linked pain with going to bed and discomfort with going to bed on time, or pain and discomfort with getting up on time, or pain and discomfort with doing the weekly shopping so that you do have some half decent food in the fridge, that you're not left, you know, emotionally eating the cornflakes out the cereal box and crying because, you know, you had a crappy day at work, like whatever, you know, we need to, I'm not a big, like, pre-plan and make sure you've got all your meals pre-prepped, and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't have time for that. Sort of like, that just bores me to tears. Like those people that spend their Sundays, they're like making their little meals and putting them in the friggin' containers in the fridge. I'm just like, oh my God, get a life. Like, I just don't care enough. I do not care enough, because I really, and let me tell you what set me free from that, because I used to do all that stuff. Of course I did. What set me free was I learned to trust myself enough to know that I can trust myself to make a good choice in the moment at the time that it's required. I don't have to have stored up in the freezer that I better eat it now because I made it. Like, that's crap. That's whole drill sergeant type mentality. You don't need to control yourself to that degree. And another disclaimer, if it makes your life easier, right? If you're doing it because it just makes your life easier, it's like, but I don't have time when I come home and it's 9:30 and I'm so hungry and I just want to eat. Do it if you're doing it as a matter of convenience and making your life easier. But if you're doing it as like your whole meal prep, weight loss, do the thing, follow the, you know, the plan, then seriously, just give it up. Just give it up. Life is too good and too exciting for you to be sitting around wasting your weekends prepping your meals. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's all I'm going to say today anyway, and for now. Look, I really feel that as a matter of responsibility, I want to offer you an avenue if you do have a conflicted relationship with food, if you are fighting the battle between food and your body and you just have never been able to get that issue sorted, if you're constantly fighting with food day in, day out, and you think about it from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep and you're just constantly fighting that internal battle, feel free to reach out to me. And then of course we have Ditch the Diet Bootcamp. So you can go to why do I say that? Who says WW these days? No. Go to kyliepax.com/bootcamp, kyliepax.com/bootcamp. You will find all the information there, and you know if you need it. You know if you need to check the page out. I know how life-changing this program is. Changed the life of thousands of people now. So, we don't fool around over there. We mean business. And as always, please do remember, the only person with the power to change your life is you. When you step up and don't make 95% of your decisions by how you feel, that's when you're really going to start making progress. And that is when you've got what it takes and you will be loved. Beautiful people, I will catch you all very soon. Have an awesome day and a beautiful evening. Until then, bye.